because Celtic are just relentless. The standard of performance today typified, and you know what I'm going to say here, by one man, Callum McGregor.
He was brilliant today.
He's just, do you know, he was so good today that I know you and I were having a sort of a debate last week about, you know, is it Maida or McGregor for Celtic's player of the season? You watch that level of performance from him today and you just realise how, you know, invaluable he is to the team. I actually thought, Dan, to be fair, Johnson were doing okay. You know, they were hanging in. They were making it difficult. What was it? 34 minutes. It was still 0-0. The game plan was sort of working, and I felt at that moment in time, Cal McGregor it was almost as if he said, "Right, enough," and he decided at that point that he was going to influence it and basically win it. It's. Do you know what I find fascinating about the Celtic side is it's always almost as if there's points in games where they manifest what they see, what they want to happen, and they make it happen. And I'll give you an example. That the first goal, Alistair Johnson goes and wins a header that normally a fullback might just sit off it. There's no imminent danger coming from St Johnstone, but Alistair Johnson knew in his head if he could get there first, win it, he'll trigger something. And it did, you know, and then McGregor goes up. He demands it was a lovely little back heel from Atati. He demanded it. And then if you look at his body shape as he's walking on it, you know exactly what he's going to do. He knows what he's doing. It's happening a split second earlier inside his own head than the actual reality. And I tell you what, the exact same thing happens at the second goal. Because if you watch it, there's a bit where McGregor goes full pelt to make an angle to receive the pass, and he's bursting to get there. And it's because he knows, he can see the picture, he can see, if this ball comes into me here, I'm going to put it into Ida, I'll get it back and I'll play. I mean, he's visualised it. Rio Hattati does something similar for the third, doesn't he? Where he makes the run, basically demands the pass, great pass from Scales. But when Celtic are actually visualising how they're going to score goals and beat teams and then making it happen, everybody else has got a problem. And you know, that was painful from a St Johnstone perspective, because put a lot of work in, they were stubborn, they were stuffy, and they were just taken apart in the space of 10 minutes, where concede 4 goals, and at that point it could be anything. They'll probably be quite relieved to have got back up the road with no, you know, really embarrassing or serious damage done. But nobody can live with Celtic when they're playing at that level. And I have to say, it comes back to my original point there. McGregor's at the heart of everything. And he has been. It's been like that all season.
Well, Keith, is there any way you could make an argument for him being player of the year? I mean, I think you can make the argument for him being player of the year, rather. Do you think he could win it? Because I was like you today. I was blown away by his performance. He was just relentless.
Yeah, but it's not as if you're watching them deciding who should be player of the year on the basis of 90 minutes at Hampden today.
He's been that way all season, of course.
The fact is that he's been regularly raising standards when Celtic have maybe been struggling to get a breakthrough moment. Invariably, he does something to make it happen. And I kind of last week, I think I said you would go with Maida probably because he's getting the headlines, the goals, and you always like a goal scorer.
2 more today, of course, as well, which, you know.
But there you go. He did get 2 more today, but for me, Callum McGregor was hands down, head and shoulders, the best player on the pitch.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know. Maybe that performance tipped me back into the Callum McGregor camp. But as I said to you, I'm not saying that as a knee-jerk reaction because he had a good game and he was the best player on the pitch today. I just, you know what I think? I've said it often enough in this show. I love watching the guy go about his business. He's a really intelligent operator in the middle of the pitch. And he's absolutely the guy that pulls all Celtic strings.